to the stage. Hello, hi there, anybody and everybody. I am live on Christmas Day 2025. I don't even know if anybody will be coming on, but if there is anybody out there in the crafting world that does not have stuff going on Christmas morning, here I am. Let's hang out. I am going to clean up what I was doing, and then I'm going to pull out my night before Christmas journal. And since it's Christmas Day, I'm going to work on my very own Christmas journal. Well, hello, Diane. Good morning. How are you? Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Or happy time of day. Actually, you're in Iowa, aren't you? I believe. So I'm going to take a peek at what I was doing with these two journals. Then I'm going to cut up some pieces for the green and silver one. And then I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way and work on my own journal. Okay, so let me grab the cover for this. Oh, just west of Rochester. Okay. So I knew you were fairly nearby. There's one of you in Iowa just past the border, and then you're just west of Rochester. How are you today? What are you up to? Are you going to craft with me? So here's the red swirly journal concept. I mean, seriously, I can just put these away till next year, right? Just some blank pages. Very nice. Ready for decorating. And this is one signature going into a 1-inch spine journal. So there is plenty of space for me to add chunky, lovely goodness things. Okay, I want this the other way. There we go. That's better. Yep. Look at that. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Oops. All right, so now there's that one. I'm liking that. And then I put some matte medium. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Look what happened. I put matte medium on the glitter paper, and then stuff got stacked on it when it was still not, before it was dry. Okay, somebody wasn't thinking. Oh, wait, that would be me. So let's see if we can get anything at all out of this. It might be a fun opportunity to do something cool and clean up a bad accident. I wanted the Santa flying by the moon, though. I'm going to try not to wreck it. Yeah, okay, I can still use that bit. All right. This is an interesting turn of events, for sure. Not sure what happened. I would imagine that I just got into what I was doing, and I set the Christmas stuff I didn't need at the time aside and left it all piled up and didn't even think, hey, wait, that one's still soggy. So I will either have to throw this away and start over, or a bunch will come off, or perhaps it will become a decorating opportunity, or there's plenty of bag left. I could just do it more. lots of choices. I can't tell. Let's see. Is it my camera that's so lopsided, or is it yeah, let's see if we can pull it over a little and straighten it out a little. That looks decent. It looks really dark though. My picture is really dark. If anybody is in the audience and can tell me, does it look really dark over here? I wonder what would be doing that. Maybe just the glare from the silvery stuff. Maybe. So if that might be the case, I think I will get to the chopping and see. I really have to find some of my plain old scissors because I have my fabric scissors here and I don't want to use that. And I have this small scissors and it's just really not meant for a job like this. Oh, thank you. Super sleepy. You must go sleep then. Sleep is lovely. Thank you for sharing though. That's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, let's see here. The Authentic Queen Bee. I kind of love that. Authentic Queen Bee. I hope you're having a lovely holiday. And yeah, it's still early there, so rest away. So this is a surprise live. I didn't know that I would be going live this morning / almost afternoon, but it just worked out that way. So I thought, hey, let's see if there is anybody who would like to have some company for the holiday. Oh, goodness sakes. I really need to go find my regular scissors. I believe I have one of my regular scissors upstairs in the oh, inspired to clean in the art room. Always a good idea. Reboot. Christmas is a good reboot day. If you don't have any plans, if your plans are different holidays or different times of the week or whatever, and it's just not a day you have plans on. There are so many people that have plans that you kind of get the day to yourself, you know? Have a great day, Queen Bee. Oh, I've been noticing that things do get repeated sometimes. Well, there's bots out there. All right. What can I do to try to clean up this mess? I think I will. I'm going to take some gauze and get it wet. So the gauze should have a little bit of grit without too much, and a little bit of water. Hopefully it will affect this this red paper without, and the bit of page too, right? The bit of page that got stuck. Oh, are you really like getting together like live, like in your house? Or do you mean online? Well, you must mean in person. Well, no. Gosh darn me. My brain just keeps thinking and thinking. Yeah, this is just pulling up the matte medium. So let's see. I'm going to put that aside because I really messed it up. I really messed that up. And that one's kind of a mess. So what if I just redo the matte medium bit and set a new one aside to dry? And I think I'm going to leave the bag handle in it. Let go. Let go. There we go. So sometimes these are cool for carrying a journal, and then I should leave it double layered like this. Ooh, coming up with a whole new idea, aren't I? If I did the journal this way. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to get the matte medium on one side, let it dry, then I'll do the other side. I'll let that side dry. In the meantime, I will clean some stuff so I can maybe create a bit of stuff for my own Christmas journal. I absolutely will go look at your stuff. In fact, later on today, I have to go clean another room. And while I'm working in there, I will have a bunch of videos playing, and I will definitely add you to the queue so I can see all your stuff. Blarg. And I still didn't go get a better paintbrush for this job. I keep saying I should, but I keep not doing it. You know, there's that. Let's get matte medium all around the handle. So if you were not here for the other video I did, I was talking about the experiment to put matte medium on this super shiny bag and the glitter swirls, and what would it do? And I'll pull over the red one in just a second, but it did certainly take away the shine and the glitter, right? But it left it with a frosty appearance, and I actually really liked it. So I'm going to go ahead and try it on the silver. You can tell on the one that I messed up that it makes this really frosty appearance, and the swirls are still dimensional and a little bit tiny speck glittery, but I like that frosted appearance. It worked really well on the red. It looks like it worked well on the silver as well, but my mistake is so distracting to my eyes that I am going to withhold judgment until the second one is done. So I did not get my hippopotamus for Christmas. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. Queen Bee's Legacy. I believe I may have subscribed to your channel recently. I don't know if that's true. I may have meant to and then didn't, such as my brain these days. But I know that I saw you maybe on Casey's channel or Carrie's. I saw you somewhere. I saw you. And you might have seen me on Casey's channel. Did we see each other before? I think so. I think so. Oh, let's see. In fact, I think Casey said your name, and I don't remember that. Because such is my brain again. My brain does not remember things properly. Don't know about you guys, but it seems to just do what it wants. Sometimes I have a great memory and recall. Sometimes, most of the time, not so much a skill I'm great at. I will make a confession. My worst life skill is waiting. Wait. I am not very patient, and I don't hold still. You should see me in the doctor's office if I have to wait very long. Oh, good grief. I wander down the hallways. I go through all the drawers and cupboards. If I'm in the waiting room, I pace and drive all the other patients crazy. Memory has to be right up there, though, in the not so great life skills department. If mess making was a life skill, I would be top notch. All right. So this time I will set this aside without putting naked papers on top. And hopefully I will not ruin it. Okay. Let's see. This pile right here goes in these two journals that I just showed. So I will set that aside with those. And I will bring in my Christmas journal and see if we can get farther on it. Well, hello, Lydia. How are you today? You're everywhere? Well, you are the queen bee. You should be everywhere. I mean, it's in the name. Hello, right? Queen bee should totally be everywhere. Okay. Put my hair up. I stuck a paintbrush in my hair to get my hair out of my face. Let's see. I don't even know where to start, so I guess we'll just start by opening the page. So I don't have anything decided for the inside cover, and it's getting rather chunky. So I might have to do some finagling with the spine a bit. I think I could. Let's not do that though. Here, let's just jump right in here and finish up this tag in this pocket, and I'll just work from the front back on whatever I feel like, I guess. I don't have a plan. So far so good, right, Lydia? So far so good. I did not expect to be on here today, right now. But it just so happened that this is the way it turned out. So I am taking advantage and spending time with whoever pops in. So I'm so happy to see any and all of you. I wonder if this would be a good, let me take a look here. Would this fabric be a good ad? I don't think I like this one for this page. Should we go with this one perhaps? Actually, yes. I think I'm going to do this one. So I'm just going to snip the bottom. Let's snip the bottom. Doesn't need to be very wide, does it? Okay, snip the bottom and tear. Yep. Oh, good job. Good, good, good. And then it certainly isn't going to need to be this long. Oh, look at it. I plugged up the, oh, shoot. Put the cover on the matte medium. Geez, Louise, lady, what are you trying to do? Wreck your toys? I am apparently trying to wreck my own toys. Okay. It's just tissue, so it's not like it's going to be... Oh, look at the napkin I put on the other side. That's pretty. Don't you love it when you end up happy with your choices? Hey, Darcy. Good morning, afternoon. How are you today? What's new and wonderful in everybody's world? Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I hope you're having a lovely one. And if you don't have any other plans, you can clean your studio with Diane, or you can craft and make a bigger mess with me. We have both options covered. I think I'm going to put an inked edge on this. Oh, I did it in red. I'm going to do it in green also, which is likely to turn it kind of a lovely brown. Season 5 of Mrs. Brown's Boys. What in the world is Mrs. Brown's Boys? I think if it's got a season 5, I might need to watch that because it sounds like it's binge worthy. Although seriously, just barely. I mean, if something doesn't have 5 or 6 or 25 seasons, I don't binge it because then I just get mad. I'll get into it for like a day and then it's over. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. What do you mean it's done? 5 seasons sounds good though. Okay, that's good. I like that. I think I'll add a little to the back as well. Oops. Need some glue right there. I missed a spot. Blarg. There we go. It's an irreverent comedy. How that sounds very British. Irreverent comedy is their specialty, right? I might have to check that out. I like to laugh. I crack myself up all the time. I think I'm hilarious. Oh, goodness. Oh, the ridiculousness. I think all I'm going to do is put a dot of glue and close this just right here. And I think I might find a button and sew a button right there. I don't know why I thought of that, and I don't know why I want to do it, but I've never really done it. So interesting that that's what came to mind. But I believe I don't use buttons much, but I do have kind of a weakness for pearl buttons, the pearly kind, not the little ones that look like pearls, but the pearly finish buttons. Always have had kind of a crush on buttons. if you can have a crush on buttons. But wouldn't a red pearly button might look super cool right there. And then because I brought that swirly red fabric over there, I'm going to figure out a way to put it here as well, just to carry over the design. And then it should probably be in 3 parts, right? So maybe I'll just put a speck down here in the corner for no reason whatsoever other than continuation of the design. But before I decide if I do that, I should figure out something over here. And I suppose if this one's vertical and this one's vertical, this one should be horizontal. Because I'm weird like that. Let me just make up my own rules. They're not meant for anybody but me. So if you're like, why? There is no reason. There is no reason whatsoever. Actually, what if I just put a page edge at the top? At the tippy top? Is that interesting or weird? Okay. Yeah, that's just weird. There's like no, it does nothing. It does nothing to the design whatsoever. Nothing. Okay, I'm going to put this strip right here, and I'll come back to it at a different time because obviously I can't. Oh, my camera went wonky again. Obviously, I can't quite think. Let's go closer so we're not looking at my big chunky belly. My big chunky belly is not interesting, people. Oh, I see something else that's wrong. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Sorry if I'm making you guys seasick. What in the world has happened to my camera? Come on. Tip. Tip. I know darn well what's happened to my camera. And I could tell you their names. Suni and Revan and Malik. The only one not guilty. I could make a ruffle. That's a good idea. Let's check it out quick now that I got my camera resituated. The only one in my house not guilty is Bella. And not because she wouldn't like to be, just because she doesn't come in here. She doesn't come in here. It's the domain of other cats. Other cats, not her. Okay, what if I made a ruffle? What if I made a tight little ruffle like that and made it a tab? Can I make it a tab up here? Sit, stay. I'm going to see what that looks like. Hey, no, no lifting. No, okay, there. I think I know what the problem is. I think the problem is it's too thin for adding just one chunk to this page. So maybe I have the one over here and I actually add 2 over here somehow. Let me give it one more thought for a sec. One more thought. What if I did just that strip, like I said, down here and made the groundhog sitting on it, kind of, and took the rest and made, ooh, what if I made a fan type ruffle? So I could go like this and this. I might be getting a little carried away here. Okay, I'm going to think about this, but what if I made a fan-shaped ruffle and used that as a tab? Over here, and then had a bit down here. Maybe. Still not half, my brain is not settling on that very nicely. So I will move on. I think all I'm going to do right here, right now, is add a little green shadow to this inside bit. And then leave it. I will end up doing more here, but it will stay a writing space, I'm pretty sure. But I might do something to tone it down a little bit. I'm not sure what. All right, moving on. What do we got here? We have a tip or a fold out, a flip out. When all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Okay, more writing space. I think I'll do the same on this side then and have it be a design element that there is a bit of green coloring on the inside. I want to get in there farther. Let's see if I can. So, let's try a Q-tip. I have the pointy Q-tips too, which might be better. I wonder where they are. That's a little better anyway. Yeah, that's a little better anyway. Okay. I think that's all I'll do here too, because I don't know what I would want to make for this spot anyway, or what I want to do with it, because it is writing space. It is gluing space. I do see one thing I want to do. I want to round the, oh my goodness, I can see why I didn't round the corner. Look how close to the, I mean, this is literally chopped off the tiniest little part of the E. So I can't round the corner. I would like to strengthen this a little bit. Wow. Okay, this is going to take some, this one's going to take some finagling and planning. I got to go upstairs for a second. There is a boy kitty at my window who desperately wants to come in the house. Okay, probably not desperately. He'll probably come in, grab a snack, and want to go right back out, because that's what Revan does. I think Revan might be part Norwegian forest cat, because he is well equipped for cold weather, man. Okay, I have a be right back sign. I don't know where it is. Here. B R B. There, let's give a curl to our bees. BRB. Just a sec. I gotta go let the Revy poo in. Ow. Oh, the standing up is the hardest part. Oh, goodness sake, man. I am live doing some art. Do you need anything? Can you? Well, if you can, so can I. Okay. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. Okay. Oh. Enjoy your day, Diane. Diane's leaving. Oh no. Diane, I hope you have a lovely day. All right. Back to work a bit. Michael Deeney thinks he's going to get his own food, but he might need some help. So I might have to be away again a bit, but I'm not sure. The doctor has told him whatever you can do on your own, do it. So he says he thinks he can get it. Okie dokie. We need a card for in here. We do. Let's look at possibly doing a napkin tag. I really kind of like this for this page. Well, I like this for this page because this color right here echoes this color in here, but it wouldn't, like, look how tall it would have to be and it wouldn't stick out much. I'm going to try something here. All right, let's try first separating the layers. Ta-da! And then checking to see if there's more layers because I've made that mistake already. And there are, look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, is that ever thin? Scary, 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 man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I have a second idea for this tag. Whoa. So I'm going to put this aside over here. I'm going to put the book aside for a second. And we're just going to work with this piece for a minute. I think what I will do is take this piece of tea-dyed cardstock. Let me see how tall. Yeah, that's plenty, isn't it? So I'll do it this way. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do just some water on my paintbrush thingy, right, to separate this napkin and kind of swiggly following the shapes of the ornaments a bit. Just not exact, right? I don't want to make it look like I was trying to be exact because I know it won't be exact and then it would look stupid. So just like that will work. Just like that. Okay. What I don't love about the ornaments is they're not all one stripe. They're these two little stripes. So this way and then this way. You know how I am about mixing up my directions. But I have a plan. I have a plan for dealing with my weirdness about such things. Is this side, I think this side is different than the other side. I'm going to have to take a closer peek. Because that felt very different. So there's this side. And there's this side. And no, it's not different. Oh, it is different. It's flipped, isn't it? Of course it is. Silly girl. Okay, it's just flipped. That's all. Huh. That's good though. I like it. And then I'm going to take this and glue it on here. Like so. Okay. And for this, all we need is this. So if you are still here, any old buddy that happens to still be here, what are you up to today? Darcy is watching a show with her family. I appreciate you tuning in as well, Darcy. What are any else of you doing? Okay, now Suni wants to come in. So I went to let Revan out or Revan in, and Suni ran out, and Malik is out there too. And of course, she ran out because she doesn't even like it outside when it's this cold. And she goes out sometimes, but it's a matter of a couple minutes before she wants to come in again. No, she disappeared. Okay, maybe she's not ready to come in after all. I have a window just above my head, and they have all learned, including Miss Bella, who hardly ever goes out at all, but they have all learned by teaching each other, I'm sure, that I am just inside this window. And when they want to come in, they just have to put their little heads in the window. And if I don't look up soon enough, they know to scratch at the window or meow at the window, and I recognize they're there and come get them. Crazy kitties, I'm telling you. All right, so let's get the little trimmer. Lydia is having Christmas cookies. Lydia, do you have a favorite? That's the big question. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? My favorite Christmas cookie is one that I have not made in a few years because it's a serious pain in the rump roast to make. Not the worst pain in the rump roast cookie, because there are much more fussy cookies, but they are time consuming. They have multiple steps to them. They are pastry more than a cookie, but a formed pastry, not a rolled or dropped pastry. So you have to form them each by hand, and they don't hold together that well. And those things all combined make it a pretty darn fussy cookie. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm going to trim this, but I'm going to try just all of them. I hear you. The cookie in question that I have not made, but I believe is my favorite, which is really hard to say because I like Spritz and the old-fashioned kind, not the kind that the store calls Spritz. Loved those. Such a melty butter cookie. Stupid easy to make. I love Mexican, Russian tea cakes, Mexican wedding cakes, whatever nut you make them with and whatever part of the world you make them in. It seems like every culture has a version of that, and I love those. what else? I don't know. Anyways, the one I'm talking about is called a peppermint surprise cookie. There are a lot of cookies called peppermint surprise cookies. So this particular one has something of a pastry dough, a very grainy, sort of like you would make a pie crust before you put the little bit of water in that holds the pie crust together. So you get a pastry that is in grainy kind of form. And then it has ground up candy canes in it. That's the peppermint part. And then there's one or two chocolate chips in the middle. So you put chocolate in the center of the pastry, and then you form a pastry ball around it out of that pastry peppermint mix. And it doesn't hold together very well. You kind of have to squoosh it in a ball till it holds. And then you roll that in egg white, and then you roll that in sugar. And you only bake it until the sugar melts, and it creates a sugar, like a sort of soft crack candy coating around the pastry. So flippin' good. A little bit magical, to be honest. Okay, so here's my idea. This is still soggy with glue, so I'm gonna have to be careful, but I'm gonna use this bit to measure how tall I want this. Almost the full height. That's cool. And then I'm thinking I will use the torn off bit right there, I think, to have this color added in. And look at this. Wait, I see a thing. If I just fold this the other way, I can actually just have this go right over the top and go on both sides of this tag. So what if we drape this right here? I wouldn't want it quite so centered, so I think I would cut off the side a little bit to pull it over. But what if we did that? That's a thing that could end up looking cool, right? And to make it look a little more unified, hold on, let me put the book aside again. I think I will use this. I think I will use this leftover bit. Oh, look at, I should have done that under the red part. Silly girl, what have I done? Well, it needs to be shorter anyway, so I think I'm going to, in fact, I don't think, I'm just going to move ahead and do it. I'm going to tear this in half this way, and then tear it in half the other way as well. Make these quarters, but I'm going to let the water soak in. Like, yeah, you can see it. I had to look up and see if it's even on the camera, but I'm going to tear this apart a bit. And I think I will collage the back of the tag with these bits so that I can get some of that gold in there throughout. This is not going to make a great writing surface. I wanted this to be a writing surface for journaling, but I'm having too much fun making the tag. So, you know, maybe pictures will end up being glued here or some such thing, because I seem to be, or, you know, I'll just accept the fact that it will have a rough writing space. So let's see. some collaging, Christmas style. Let's just put that right there and tear. Okay, and then I'll do a red bit up here. And a different red bit there. And a different red bit right there. And I'll give those a minute and tear them off. Or actually, wait. I'll give them a minute and I'll cut them off so it can look all professional. Well, hello, Jennifer. I highly recommend BritBox. I know you didn't ask me. You're asking the Darcy. But if you like British television, and I know I do, it's got a lot of good stuff. And then if you get tired of it, or if you've watched everything on it that you like, switch to Acorn. Which I'm not sure if Acorn is also strictly, or is also British television, but it has a lot of British television. If you know what I mean. I don't know the origins of the channel Acorn, is what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. Let's see how much damage I did. None. Well, a tiny bit. Negligible. Thank you. It's very important that I feel important. Yeah. I love British comedy. I love British movies. And I love British murder shows. And they have a lot of them. Oh, I totally wrecked this side. Yikes, lady. What have you done? Well, that's what I get for being silly and giggling and stuff. I wreck all the toys. Okay, let's tear this one off. Okay, and then tear this off. You're important too. We're all important, aren't we? In one way or another. Okay, so I've got a little bit of collaging of the shadowy pull off, and I think that I will correct the mistakes that I made by making another layer. So just right down here on the corner and right here in a stripe and something smack in the middle. Of course, I did it smack in the middle. There we go. So let's see here. Let's do that. Let go of me. And I think I'll just tear off a bit in all directions. Oh, yeah. You like both? You have both and like both? Yeah, I like both as well. I just can't really afford to keep both at once. So if you are also on a budget, that's why I recommend the one and then the other. I also switch back and forth a lot. Like if they don't have it, I don't know about these two channels, but other channels, if they don't have any new things for a while, and I'm just bored. I don't want to be paying the money. Sometimes it's just that. And I will stop a subscription for a while and start it again. I don't think I'm alone in that basket. I think a lot of us do that. I especially did it with Disney because Disney doesn't get anything new for ages and ages. And then every time I find something I like that's new, they cancel it. No. So, but then I gave up on the Disney Channel. I quit, man. I got so frustrated at all the shows I like being canceled that I just decided I'm not giving them my money anymore. Did I put glue here? I didn't. And I think I need to do a little speck right there. And then I have that one. So right here. This is sort of shadow collaging, isn't it? I think I've invented a new thing. Shadow collaging. No actual images. At least nothing clear. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to leave that for now because I want to go back and look at this fold over idea. So that would go on the front side. And this would go down the back side, like so. I love it. And I still love it. Even more love it. But I definitely do not. Hi, Suni. I definitely do not love a couple of things here. And I'm going to leave you all in suspense because I'm going to run upstairs and let Suni in. This will just take a second. I promise. I'll be I'll be right back. It'll only take a second to let her in the house. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Standing up is the hardest part. Did you find anything to eat there? Oh, you did. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Sunny, buddy. Such good kitties. Oh, okay. Oh, the kitties. Oh, the kitties. And now all the kitties are in the house, which means I have a chunk of time where I will not have to do the stairs anymore. I'm so happy. Okay, back to art. So much nicer than stairs. So first, I want to scruffy up the bottom a bit, not have it so straight, but it's going to have to be super careful because look at the look at how close it is to the bauble, and I don't want to be chopping the bauble off. And I have a feeling I'm gonna, because I am not known for being terribly careful and graceful. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to do that, and then I think I'll take this and just sort of scruff away like so. if I try to practice patience, which I've already confessed I am not good at, this is likely to turn out just fine. Okay. Little bits across here. No, not graceful. Not. Okay. All right. And then I also need to change the width. I just don't want it so far out into the tag. So I want that line to be straighter. What? There. I want the line on the side to be straighter because it will follow the straight line of the tag. So I think I'm just going to do, let's see. Let's try about 1/4 of an inch. So not a ton difference, and it should be just enough. It should be enough. But we'll give it a try and see. We will for sure give it a try. All right. Ah, no! Of course. Of course there's part that bunched and didn't cut. Of course there is. Yep, I've got a bunched up section that didn't cut right. Now it's going to look stupid. That'll just be another thing I have to fix, right? Not that big a deal, actually. I don't know about you guys, but finding ways to fix all the things I'm not happy with is what causes a lot of creativity. Well, okay, so I think I can actually solve the problem without much creativity because I am not real happy with that yet. I think I can cut off a tiniest sliver more, fix the problem I just made for myself, and like it better. Quarter inch I thought would be enough, but not quite. Okay, let's try this and see. Come on, you can get in there. I'm doing this the wrong way though, aren't I? I sure am. Silly girl. Okay. This way. Okay. Let's see. Just a sliver. That will make it all nice and even. Hopefully. Now, as long as that cut on both sides, we might have a good thing. Did you cut properly on both sides? Ooh, it looks like it did. I might have just won the battle. Let's take a peek. Yep, like that much, much, much better. Much, much, much. 3 muches. Let's try the other side. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Loving this. This is a good idea. I had a good idea every once in a while, right? So now I'm thinking I'm going to fold this over because the tag has to be a little shorter, and I think I'm going to give it a nice strong topper. Maybe not that much. Let's grab the book. No fighting, guys. Stop it. It's Christmas, for crying out loud. Yeah, maybe just a little less than that. So maybe just like this. Let's see if that's a good amount. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. We're gonna oh, I have another idea. I don't know if I'll remember it. We'll see. Okay, so get some glue in there. Why is there growling behind me? You guys sound... Oh, Sunny, knock it off. He can sit there. Sunny is growling at Revan, who, by the way, is laying down on the floor, peaceful as can be. It's her problem. She's just going to complain. Okay, let's see how that looks. Do I have the measurements the way I like them? I don't know. We'll see. That's really pretty. I kind of like it. What do we got over here? Yep. Okay. Commitment is going to happen next. I am committing to this whole thing. Okay. Do that. I almost put it on backwards. I will line up the not glued side first and hold it there. And then do the fold over. And it should end up pretty spiffy. Commitment is hard. It is. It took me a while to get there today, didn't it? proof positive commitment's hard. Did you see how long this took? Oh, here, there's something I want to change though. I want to pull a little bit of this sticky out. I don't like how far this sticky out part goes. It was too pointy. And that means this one is too pointy too. There we go. All right, now we should be able to get the front down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Very nice. All right, so what's next? Next is rounding some corners, because life is just not good without rounded corners. And actually, I'm gonna trim this a bit. Speck hairline trimming. We'll see. Just to give me clean spaces for edging and designing and gilding. Oh, I should do some gilding on here, huh? I'll have to think about that. Suni, will you please stop growling? Just stop it. You're fine. Here, Revan. Let me do this for you. Hold on, guys. I'm going to do a thing for Mr. Revan. Oh, okay. He found his own way, and Suni left anyway. All right. Whatever. Oh, whatever. I have a water dish on my work table for them. And rather than sharing the watering hole, they fight over ownership. Hi, Amy. All right, now I will do some rounding the corners. And I think I'm going to go with the medium size on this one, because I like it. Yeesh, 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 out. Oh, soggy, soggy, soggy. Tip of the day. Wait till the glue dries, silly. Wait till the glue dries. No, just push through. No patience whatsoever. Okay, there we go. Now some edging on here. And the question is, what color? And I think, so I have pine green. No, it's called Rustic Wilderness. I do have a pine though. But Rustic Wilderness, I have peacock feathers because there is some teal in this Christmas book, but maybe not on this page. No, not really. This one has more blue that goes to purple. I could always do it in black because black kind of goes with everything. Let me pull the page over quick. So I could do it in black because everything over here is kind of outlined in black, but everything over here is already kind of dark. So I'm a little conflicted. I do have somewhere, I do have the gold gilding, and I do have archival, vintage photo. I think I am going to find my gold gilding and ponder that option. Maybe I didn't put it away last time I was using it and it's not where it belongs. Okay, maybe nothing. Guess what, folks? I did not put my gold gilding away. Oh, there it is. I bet I had it out for this project because it's right here. I think gold gilding might be the way to go on this tag, and I'm a little apprehensive to just move forward with that idea, but I seem to be just moving forward. Oh, good grief. I did it. There we go. Gosh, look at me go with all kinds of commitment, huh? All kinds of commitment now. And I think it was the right choice. Look how cool that looks. And I got to get extra messy with it because it will happen anyway, so do it on purpose. Make sure it's nice and smudged. Get it all smudgy. Yep, that was definitely the right move for this tag. I am kind of loving the look so far. Okay, let's get some on the other side as well. And then I have a plan. Then I'm going to use the vintage photo and make a hard line just on the paper cut, on the paper edge. Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna kind of use the gold gilding that I got all over the flippin' place to make a vignette-y kind of shadow here, like so. Like so. And let's scuffle it up even more because it just looks like fingerprints now. And let's match the corner rounding. So I will match the corner rounding Why won't this go on the page? What is your problem? What is the trouble? There we go. I win. And on the bottom. This might be the first time I've ever done a journal where some pages are rounded and others are not. That's a little weird for me, but I'm gonna just keep doing it. Okay, so yeah, the archival vintage photo, and I'm just gonna go a hard line, slightly tipped in, ever so slightly, because I don't want to replace the wax, the gilding. I just want to make this cut edge a little more definitive. And actually, silly girl, actually, this is what I should have done with the black, because this stuff is outlined in black. So I'm going to actually do it again. and do it in black. There we go. Yep. I don't know if you can see that, but that definitely echoes the look on the other page better. Yay. Definitely. Okay, and then on the front, I'm just going to do it as well. I'm still nearly flush, parallel with the cut line, just a tiny bit tipped in so that it just creates the tiniest bit of framing, the tiniest speck. All right, what did we end up with other than a spot I saw that needs glue? This spot right here is not glued properly. We must fix that before anything else. Oh, of course. No, I ripped it. Okay, I will fix that later. Right now I want to see how this looks. Okay, just like so. All right. Do I like it? I actually kind of love how this goes with this page, but now I don't like the pictures or the silver red stripe. So how do I get this all incorporated into a page that makes sense in my brain? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that happens, but I trust that it will. We grungied up the page, got a nice tag in the pocket, repeated some of the colors to join sides a little bit. Look at that. I'm going to be gold gilded all day. Kind of appropriate for Christmas Day. What else? Gold gilding was the right choice. Look how well that matches. Yay. Okay. I'm going to leave this for now. For one thing, I'm going to take this out and let the poor thing dry because I've already created a spot right there that I need to fix because I'm just moving too quickly. So let's let this dry off to the side and move on to this one. Maybe this tag is where I can do some further joining of the two. I'm not sure how I would do that though. Think. So one of the things that would need to happen is this bright red would be need to be added a little bit more. So maybe something here and here. Oh, maybe that's all there is to it. Maybe I just take this and tear off another piece. I'm going to be so sad when this is gone. Look, I still have a pretty sizable chunk. But its days are numbered, I'm telling you. So I'll pull off a bit of a fat piece this time. Oh, there's a neat chunk too that does these same colors. It mixes the dark red and the bright red too, and the gold. Okay, so I'm going to save this and see if some layering might happen. And then I guess I'm going to put the tag back in its pocket, but be careful to not press down so it doesn't get glued to its pocket. Okay. So let's see. I can I can add a little bit more of these colors by putting this piece here. It doesn't have to be right there, but putting that piece on that side. And then I wanted to add maybe some chunks of this. So I wonder if I could just put a strip down the side of this side of this picture. I could do a whole decorative element right there, couldn't I? Like if I tore off this square, I don't know if this is going to look good or not. So let's just get a placeholder and see what this would be like. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I can take this and overlap these two bits with some more of the red. Hold on a sec. Ow, 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 ow. And then there can be a little bit of a decorative element here. Even make a mini tag to put in a mini pocket if I wanted to turn this fabric into a pocket. I wonder if I have any, hold on a sec. I gotta see if I have any hand sanitizer. Would probably get this stuff off my hands, and I think my studio is out of hand sanitizer. It is. Of course it is. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try hand lotion and a little mini scrubby. I'll let you know if it works. Hang on. I'm just working on it. Oh, okay. That actually worked. So now my hands are at least quite a bit cleaned up. I won't get gold gilding over everything. And they're moisturized. Can't beat that. Okay, so what was I saying? Decorative element. I could make this into a miniature pocket. Right there. I could layer it smaller in this direction. That gets silver number 2. Bring the gold gilding over to hold that in place. Also, I think I'm going to put a clamp on this book where I'm working on it because it is turning into a chunky monkey, man. I've never made a chunky monkey before. You know, I'm getting out of my wheelhouse quite a bit. Not out of my wheelhouse. I'm getting out of my rut. Okay. So there, and I think over here somewhere. So could I take this piece that echoes this and this and layer it with a bit of this to echo those? Let's see. This is a thing that might be possible, but I'm not sure. I could make another page. I could make a page tab. I talked about making a ruffle page tab over on that other side, or with that other one, because Darcy recommended a ruffle. And then I thought, well, what if I make some page tabs? I don't know. Okay. So I think they layer fine, but I sure don't like the way that looks. What if I turned it into a behind the, what if I turned it into a behind that tag kind of thing? Like just a decorative element that sat back here somehow. Would that be any good? Well, okay, yes and no. I do like that better, but it's too much and I don't really care for the positioning. So what if I did that concept, but back here? What if I did it back here? Like so. It is a good thing to get out of your comfort zone. I get so stuck in ruts and shoulds. That's not showing both. Oh, silly girl. I need to show both fabrics, and I just completely covered that one up. What in the world? That does not work. Silly. That's not layering, that's stacking. Okay, get out of my way. Now you're just causing trouble. Don't you hate it when your fabric just causes trouble? Okay, what if you're over even more? And you are tucked in. And you are made. Okay, I'm going to tear this a tiny bit. Don't panic. I'm panicking. I'm panicking just a little. I want this over on the edge. I'm living on the edge. So, what if this went something a little bit more like that? And then the tag went in. That was a lot of hassle for something I am not in the least bit happy with. Okay. I could wait and make a paper clip or maybe I'm uninspired all of a sudden. Maybe I'm trying to force something that just isn't going to work. Okay, what if I made that a little roundier? And put that, what if I did a strip like this and a strip like that? Does that work? Just to decorate? No, that looks stupid and like you just tried to finagle a decoration. Okay, not that then. All right, so what if I made two different things? What if this little puppy right here ended up being a pull for this? Maybe this is a pull for this tag. Stop that. Okay, just here. Just stick out like that and pretend you're a tab. So what if that's there? Okay, if you guys have any idea how to get this in some spot on this page, please just yell. Because I really, really, really want this over here. It actually would have been kind of cool to put it behind this. It would have been cool behind the text block, wouldn't it? Just kind of sticking out across there. I wonder if I can get that up. Oh, no way. No way, Jose. I wonder if I can do a really thin. Oh, you know what? I should stop stressing about it because I could put a little sleeping mouse right here or a little sleeping birdie or something, and I could create a nest out of the strings. I wonder if that would be enough to pull the bright red. Bright red and glitter. Sit, stay. Or right here on the headboard, a little tiny mouse. If I found a little tiny sleeping mouse, I wonder if I can draw a little tiny sleeping mouse. And put it on a little nest made out of the bright red colors. You know what else I could do? I could make a bauble out of this. Hold on. I'm going to try to bauble. So I'm just going to take this and fold it in half and make one of those. They're not a teardrop. The ones that are pointy on both ends and fat in the middle. Christmas bauble. What if I made an itty bitty Christmas bauble and hung it from the bedpost? Is that enough of the continuation of the concept? It kind of is. It kind of is. I got another idea. Okay, I got another idea. So these things had a little silver, a little top to them and a little hook or a little cord to hold it. What if I made a little Christmas bauble to hang from the bedpost, and I put a little silver cord around the bedpost and attached it to the bauble? One thing that would have to happen is the bauble would have to be a little darker on each edge to give it the illusion of roundness and dimension. So perhaps like so. Turn. I bet I have a bead that would work, but that would be too bulky right there, wouldn't it? So maybe this homemade version would work. Okay. A little bit more. Let's see. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. The reason I don't love it is because it's really just not enough that it does this big stripe, this smaller pocket, and then this tiny speck. But what if I made a round bauble? What if I made a round bauble? I can't say the word bauble consistently, apparently. Hold on. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I can make it on the part I want to take off here. No, I can't. Okay. And I want it to be the bright red. So let's make a bigger bauble. Let's do it right here so we can get plenty of glitter. Yep. I want plenty of the glitter. Okay, ready? Okay, let's see what happened here. Yep. Okay, so now I want to get some darker edges on this one. I want that dimension back. Okay, here, wait. I think I will draw it on with this marker. It'd be nice if I could bleed it in so that it would, you know, be harsher on the very edges, and then it would soften as it moved inward. But I'm afraid to do that because I think that would color the whole thing. I wouldn't trust it, but it's a thought. If I end up liking this idea, I might just find a way to do more layers of color. And that would maybe do it. Like perhaps I just like that. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to try that anyway. Okay, now I could have this bauble hanging from their bedpost like I had it before, but what if I just had it hanging from the top of the page? And I'm going to trim this down so it is more the size of the pocket I want, so we can see that too. I don't remember how tall, I don't remember how far I was going to shrink it height-wise. Let's take a peek. Let us take a peek. I do believe I still have some lurkers here in the chat and watching. Hi, and I hope you're having a lovely day. And say hello if you wish. Okay. What do we think of that? I think I like that. And I think I can have this hanging a little further down. I like the positioning. I like the size. I'm going to go with that idea. Why, hello, Lurker Mo. How are you today? I often forget to say hello to the lurkers and the rerun watchers. So if you're a rerun watcher, hello to you too. Thank you for lurking and or watching later. I appreciate all of it. All of it. Okay. I'm going to go with this. The only thing I'm not really sure about is I want to make a little silver topper for this ornament. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to fold that down or just cover it. I'm not sure. Create one of those little metal caps for it, and then have it, and then I'll create a silver cord that goes all the way to the top of the page. Mrs. Brown's Boys. I'm going to be watching that. That might be my evening watch. Although I do have one more Christmas Carol and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original cartoon one. Hello. Oh, animated. All right. Am I happy? Stripe, little pocket, ornament. Pull that red, that bright red, all the way across. I believe I'm happy with that. I'm going to try one thing, see if we want, since I'm going to be making a bauble. Now, see, I'm already thinking I'm going to hate this because I am going to create another bauble, a round one, and see what it would be like on the bottom of the page. And I'm betting that I will already dislike it because it will be 4 instead of 3. And I don't like even numbers in my decorations. I like odd numbers. So what if I made a round bauble and put it down here? Yep, I hate it. No, the answer is no. You cannot have a round bauble right there. I could have a round bauble instead of an oval bauble. Or whatever shape this is, whatever you call that. Does anybody remember their geometry? Or, yeah, geometry? What is that shape? Hi, Julie. You are gluing napkin to cardstock. That is a good thing to do. Dyeing your hair. Ooh, what color? What color? Anything fun or anything dramatic? Or is it just a touch-up? Because those are necessary. It's one with poinsettias and bird. And it's one per corner with 2 in the birds facing the opposite direction. Oh, cool. I bet that's pretty. Even sounds pretty. I don't know what to do with the round bauble, but I do like the idea of creating a series of baubles, Christmas ornaments out of this material and placing them at different spots through the book. So I'm going to put this little circle right up in just out of camera view in front of me and keep it there so that I maybe keep that in mind, because that sounds like it might be kind of, you know, a little fun element. And I love this guy for the pull tab for this page. So I hide my things on myself all the time. Let's snip right there-ish and tear if I can. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh my, oh my. It doesn't want to tear in that direction. Maybe if I start up here and go all the way down. No, that's silly. Okay. Okay. What if I go here and no. All right. So what if I just chop it? Yep. Oh, look, that works. There. And we'll just have to scruffy it up a bit. I am not against purposeful scruffying. I don't like how uneven that is, though. It's a little bit of a formal tag, and this is already going to be grunging it up a speck, which so does the gilding, the way I kind of smudged it, right? Jennifer, okay, post from Lyle Lovett just showed up in my Facebook feed. He's talking about how he was singing in his church choir. Oh, can you imagine? Unusual color. Cosmic blue. So it looks, what? Are you, I don't even believe you. Are you serious? And I think you're a rather private person, but I want to see pictures. I mean, you could just send them to me and I won't share with anybody in the whole wide world. I want hair that, I want my hair to do that, except it's got to be like purple, I think, or teal, really deep blue, slightly to the green. Oh my goodness. I have hair envy. And no, I'm not being dramatic and silly. I'm being a little silly because it's what I do, but I'm being sincere completely because that sounds amazing. Amazing. Okay. So I just want to put this here so it is in place. Come on, behave. Behave mostly, at least. There. Sit. Stay. Okay. There. Finally, I have a concept for this page to pull it all together. Am I happy with this concept? Pull those off so they're out of the way, out of the picture. There we go. I do believe that that is now a gelled layout. What do you guys think? Is it good, or is it almost, or is it, did I get it all wrong? I know I'm the person who's making it, so it's my opinion that matters, but seriously, I like feedback. It makes me think. Doesn't mean I'll agree with you, but I might. It's a Schwarzkopf color. Okay. Okay. Well, I can get my grubby paws on those, but I've never seen one that does black and does bright blue. Electric blue. Shines electric blue. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look. Anywho, so the tag's not done. The tag has to be a thing that happens. So what if I did a double matte to create the tag? I'm going to try a double matte to do the tag. Let's set that right there. And I think we'll do, I think I will do a bright red bit. With mulberry paper. So I'm having a bit of a second thought here. I'm just going to go like this first. Get off a workable chunk because this is a bit much. But what if okay, so we got that. And then I could put it on the cardstock. Same as before. That's now a single mat though, so I don't know if I'm happy with that. I could color it more and create a double mat. But I don't know what color I would do anyway. I think I'll try single matting anyway. And then on the other side, I'll do some more of the collaging that was on the back of that other tag, right? Okay. And then the tags kind of match, but it'll be a surprise because it'll be on the back. Okay. So let's start by getting this mulberry paper tacked down. I have a Schwarzkopf color in my hair right now, I think. It's not, no, maybe it isn't. But I'm not happy with it. Whoever it is, I'll have to go look because I have a second bottle of it. They sent me 2 by accident. I did not order 2. I did not pay for 2. And I got 2 and I told them and they said, keep it. Okie dokie. But it's a color I don't like. It's called Berries of the Forest or something like that. And it just sounds like me personality wise, but the color is not me. It's too much in the warm spectrum. And I am neutral jewel tones. Neutral to cool, really. There are some warm colors I can do, but not many. Okay, let's do this. Some little edging on the words bit, on the, yeah, on the story. You love this page layout, Julie. I'm glad. I am very glad. I'm not sure how I feel about it. This one took a long road. I think when they take a bit to get to the end product, I think that's the kind that you need to take a step back for a little bit and then go back to it. So that's probably what I'll do when I'm done getting this tag in there, is take a step back and see if I'm happy. I mean, that's what I do anyway, right? Because I make things in stages and get smaller and smaller and smaller as I go. So I will probably add specks of detail to all of this. at some point. Okay, let's see. This was a really silly way to try to do this. We'll see what I end up with. And of course it's not even. Of course it's not. Why would I glue things together and have them be straight? I don't know, Cheryl, queen of no crooked things allowed. Why would you try to keep your things straight and even? I don't know. Yeah, okay. And now just a hair, because, yeah, good. Yeah, okay. So here's my thinking. Here's my thinking. Now I might turn that into a little pocket. And this will just be a simple tag in here, like so. I like it, so I'm going to go ahead and glue some napkin to the back. Probably like that-ish. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, and then we need a bit of a red top, don't we? Should we go ahead and put, yes, we should. We're going to go ahead and put a strip of this right across the top like so. Oh. Like that. Then there's no pull on this tag yet, and I don't know if there will be. That's always an option to do later, but I can leave the scruffy threads kind of hanging out a little bit. That might look cool. There we go. There we go. Let's trim this down and call it good. And put it in the pocket. Oh, and it was upside down. So actually I have that on the bottom. No, I'll put the tag in the pocket upside down. Because it won't matter because it's sideways. So there is no upside down. Oh, my brain, I tell you. Okay. And scruffy, come on. Scruffy it up a little. There we go. Scruffy it up. There. We got some scruffy hanging out. We need some scruffy over here hanging out. Okay, good. Let go. Too much glue everywhere. Good grief. And some little tiny speckles at the bottom that I do not want. There we go. Hello, Linda. How are you? Merry Christmas. How is your day going? What are you up to? And all that jazz. Okay, so there we got. The backs of these two tags are matching. And I think I'm going to go, yep, I'm going to go ahead and do a thin black edge to match the page. Do the same on the back. This is the same deal. I'm just tipping the ink pads ever so slightly inward. So it's filling in that cut edge, the core, and just slightly going into the card. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yep. Okay, let's see how it looks on the whole page then. I'll have to make a tag for the tiny pocket and a string for the bauble. We have to attach the pole over there, and then this is still too gluey. I should wait till it dries. Didn't I just say that a little while ago? Wait till your stuff dries, but no. All right, I'm going to look in the screen and see, is that a decent layout? I'm going to pull down a little bit. I don't know if I like this tab. What if it's an across the top tab? But maybe not that long. Maybe like that. Do I like that better? I might like that better. I'm not entirely sure. I am not entirely sure. So, and some people who have been watching for a while might want to punch me right in the nose when I say what I'm going to say next. Because I'm going to misbehave a little bit here and maybe change my mind. Oh my goodness. I might be changing my mind about something. After we sat all this time watching me try to figure out what I'm doing. Hello, Christy. How are you today? Hello, Fred. How are you today? What you guys doing? Merry Christmas, guys. Are you having a lovely holiday? You might want to punch me in the nose, but you haven't been here to watch the struggle, so maybe not. I am going to ponder changing this fabric out to this one. And having it be the pull on the tag instead of a bobble. Of course, you're not going to sit there like I want you to. Of course you're not. Why would you sit? Your fabric. You don't like to sit. Okay, let's try that. I think it's too bright for this tag. I think I won't like it. I think you are too bright. Oh gosh, it works though, doesn't it? Okay, so, oh, it's nap time. Oh, good. That's like the best. Your last Christmas stop, huh? And you're stuffed and need a nap. That is perfect. Perfect. So the reason you want to punch me in the nose is because I took a very long time to decide how to get this bright red element from this page to this page so that this double page spread looks joined, right? And I came up with this bauble, a Christmas ornament, and I was going to create a silver cord that would go up the page and have it be there. I could also do a hidden paper clip and have it dangle from a paper clip. That would be kind of cool. But now I think I might have it be the pull for the tag in that pocket. I definitely like the dimensions of it better, and I like that it's full page bottom and top better. But now I kind of like, what if I got a fancy paper clip and had a string holding this ornament via from a paper clip just dangling down? That's not bad either. So why would you want to punch me in the nose? Because after all that indecision, I came up with a plan, and now I'm changing the plan, and it's not great watching. It's not great watching when I'm just constantly indecisive and hemming and hawing over one stupid little thing. But yeah, this is what I do all the time. This is very, very normal for me to hem and haw over every tiny bit, sometimes for a very long time. Well, thank you, Fred. Thank you so much. Before you guys go take your nap, tell me, what was the best food item that has got you all stuffed and needing a nap? So yeah, I'm going to turn that into a mini pocket. I still love that idea. So I'll need some kind of mini tag to throw in there. What if, instead of that little piece, what if I use this for the tab pull? Because I really do like that dimension better. Homemade dinner rolls. Oh, you know, there is nothing as simple or as fabulous as a homemade bread. They're just basic food, and done right, they're just amazing. I would have to imagine that since that's your choice, that your sister-in-law did it right. And they were fabulous. And when it's baking, oh my goodness, that smell it makes in your house, just Fabulous. Fabuloso. Fantastica. Fantastique. I do not know languages. I'm just being silly. Okay, how's that? So now that I changed it to the darker bit of the bright red, do we like it any better? Some of the, look at that. Some of the words are covered. I may have to fix that. That's hilarious. I should cut this right across here. Chop it off, I guess. Or just tuck it under, make it smaller. I don't know. That's hilarious. Or maybe I'll just leave it hidden. I'm not sure. Oh, an aged rib roast. Oh, yum. Yum. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to leave this here actually, because now I like this better than my other plan. And I will leave the baubles in front of me, the round one and the pointy long one, whatever it is. And still use that as an idea to scatter ornaments through the whole thing. I kind of like that. Linda will be having ribeyes soon with the whole shebang. Salad, mashed potatoes, asparagus, cookies, cakes. Oh my goodness. And Julie had roast chicken, roast vegetables, and peas with chicken gravy and plum pudding, custard, and brandy butter. Ham and turkey slices. Oh, you are set up for amazing leftovers. So we weren't going to do anything. We got a lot going on and we weren't going to do anything. But then a person in my home made some requests, and for reasons we cannot deny him his requests. So he wanted steak. So we are also having a ribeye steak, but the only thing we're having with it is au gratin potatoes. So I'm making homemade au gratins. And the steak, easy peasy lemon squeezy. He had a request for brunch today, but for reasons for that same person, we could not do brunch today. So I'm going to save the brunch stuff and make brunch for dinner tomorrow. So I'll make it a whole separate day out of that one. And then the big thing he asked for is raspberry trifle. And that takes quite a bit to make. But I made raspberry trifle. And I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to it. I don't make it very often because you have to make a cake and a soaking syrup and a jelly, and you have to prep the fruit, and you have to make a custard. So oh, yum. That was nice to give your leftovers to Dad and Brother. That's fabulous. The ham and turkey are still there, though. I'm thinking holiday flavored sandwiches. What are we having with ground beef and peas? I mean, so raspberry trifle, white cake, raspberry soaking syrup made with Chambord. Then I had a raspberry. I made a raspberry pastry filling and stirred in fresh raspberries. Trifle with ground beef and peas? No, 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 no. Oh, gosh, I didn't know that. Darcy did, though. Look at that. No, trifle does not have ground beef and peas. Ew. You could make, oh, you could totally make you could make a savory trifle. A layer of bread on the bottom, soaked with an au jus, right? And then the peas in some sort of gravy. So like maybe a creamed peas or a brown gravy and peas. I don't know. Okay, wait. I'm going to stick with the creamed peas and then a ground beef, yum. And then those will be the layers. Oh, I'm going to make a savory trifle someday just to be goofy as all get out. Okay, back to the actual trifle. So cake, soaking syrup, the gel pastry filling, raspberries, and then white chocolate custard. And then you just keep doing those layers up to the top. Cake, syrup, fruit filling, custard. Yep, yep, yep. Meat good. I don't make the raspberry trifle very often just because it is time consuming and fussy, and because there's no such thing as making it small. At least I've never figured it out. It's one of those, it just grows. But he requested that it last for days, so it's gonna. He's got a few days to eat it. But I don't mean this in a braggy way, because it sounds terribly braggy every single time I say this. I don't think I'm the most amazing chef in the whole wide world. I'm not a chef. But this raspberry trifle is seriously my vote for one of the best foods in the world. I have a list of them in my personal cookbook that are either my recipes or other things I've found through the years. And it is a section just for things that I consider best foods in the whole wide world. And this raspberry trifle is seriously amazing. Wait a minute. What do you mean it's not a trifle? What? It is most certainly a trifle. It is most certainly. Anyway, that trifle will be coming out today. That's a thing that will be happening. And I am excited. The boys in my house are having the steaks. I am having fish. Brownies, chocolate pudding. Yeah. Oh. A peach trifle. So still you need a cakey thing, right? So what about a yellow cake with I would put some orange zest in the cake mix, and then you would need a soaking sauce, a soaking liquid. So what about if you do alcohol, what about a spiced champagne soaking liquid? And if you don't, what about just a spiced orange juice, a spiced orange juice maybe. And then, so then you would need peach, right? So peaches, and then you'd have to create some kind of peach pudding. So just cooked, juiced peaches and cornstarch, and then through a sieve to get it super, super smooth, and then stir in more peaches. So you have peach pudding and peach chunks. And then you would need a custard. What kind of custard would you do for peach? Maybe just regular Bavarian custard, because there's almost nothing better in the whole wide world than custard. That sounds good, right? For a peach trifle? And then, oh, wait. Then when you get to the tippy top, maybe when you get to the tippy top, make a crumble. So butter and maybe oatmeal or cracker crumbs or any kind of crumble. Melt some butter in a pan, put in some oatmeal and some finely chopped pecans and some brown sugar and some cinnamon, and just brown it a tiny bit and make a whole layer of crumble on the top. Oh, I love nutmeg so very, very much. I don't know how it would go with peach, and the cheesecake is not a bad idea, but I particularly don't like cheesecake very much. So I wouldn't do that. But what if you did that cheesecake type pie filling where it's like lemon juice and sweetened condensed milk and cream cheese, and I think that's it. I think that's all there is to it, and then it firms up by itself. And what if you did that instead of the custard, if you wanted a cheesecake kind of feel to it? Okay, that's about enough of that. I'm starving now. Thanks a lot. Oh. Yeah, chat always does turn to food. And I am really, really just okay with that. Now I want to make a peach trifle. We're describing your New Year's dessert. Are you going to make a peach trifle? Oh my gosh, you have got to come back and tell us how that works. Oh gosh. Julie, I could eat custard. Like, I wish it wasn't quite so bad for you, but I could eat custard pie and just pouring custard in a glass and drink it and put all the nutmeg ever on it. And I could eat custard. Well, I obviously am going to eat custard in my trifle. I'm going to try. Well, I hope I offered some inspiration and some ideas. I am stupid amounts of excited to hear how it works. I mean, any crumble with custard, right? Apple crumble for sure. What about blueberry crumble with custard? Yum. My personal favorite. What about blackberry crumble with custard? Oh my goodness. You know what else? What about plum? Plum custard. I mean, plum crumble with plum custard. No, my brain has gone on short circuit now. Plum crumble with buttermilk custard. Just a tiny bit of the sour edge like you get in buttermilk. Oh my goodness. Oh, bye, Linda. Merry Christmas. I was just going to say blackberry because you know why? Because blackberry is amazing. Actually, I'm going to go too. So in just a second here, I'm going to go skedaddle because I actually have to go start cooking that stuff that I'm talking about. I hate peeling potatoes. It's just dumb. And for this gig, I kind of gotta. I'll think about it. Anyhow, I did get some stuff done. Let's take a look before I leave. Let's take a look at what I did. I'm going to save this piece here and possibly add that somewhere. I'm going to do more with this tab because I have that button idea. but I got that on there, and I want to do something with this page. I'm so unhappy with how I did the bird and how his face got all darkened, and that page is going to stress me out for a while. Then I noticed how I can't really do much of anything here. Now this is stressing me out, but I did put the little bit of green in here. And I put a little of the green shading in here too. So this will turn out somehow. I'm glad you were able to stop by too. Oh, you'll peel potatoes for me? Could you like get up here in the next 20 minutes? We have a bullet train, right? And come peel potatoes for me. And by then you might not be stuffed anymore, so you can just stay for dinner and dessert. Merry Christmas to all of you, and I hope that you guys are all having a fabulous day. Seriously. And then we got this page on the move and settled on the gold gilding, which I'm totally happy with. And next we'll move on to here. All right. You guys, I just got a jetpack for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. I was so glad to hang out with all of you for a while. I got some art done and we got some recipes worked out, and now we're all starving. Love and hugs to all of you. And love and hugs from Darcy. Same to you, lady. I miss you. I'm happy every time I see you. I'm happy every time I see all of you. Pizza trifle. Huh. It was not pizza trifle, but now you got me thinking. Bye, everybody.